Chinese civilization, refined over 5,000 years, is one of the world's oldest civilizations and the only one that has survived without extinction. For the majority of its history, China has been at the forefront of the world. Despite experiencing invasions and even periods of foreign rule, its language and culture have never vanished. Instead, they have assimilated foreign cultures, resulting in a more diverse and open cultural heritage. Even in the past century, when China missed out on the Industrial Revolution and went through periods of aggression and internal conflicts, it faced poverty. However, relying on its remarkable ideas and cultural heritage ingrained in its genes, China rapidly adjusted and rose within the past 20 years, becoming one of the most powerful countries in the world. Chinese culture and wisdom undoubtedly embody vastness, grandeur, and a sense of mystery and wonder. It is like a great melting pot, constantly assimilating foreign ideas, discarding the false and retain the true, and evolving itself. Over the course of these 5,000 long years, numerous military strategists, politicians, thinkers, and philosophers have emerged, leaving behind countless cultural treasures. Today, let us together delve into the mysterious wisdom of the East through surviving fables, allegories, and historical allusions. Studying ancient Eastern wisdom helps unlock the door to thinking, broaden horizons, and add another dimension to problem solving. It allows us to apply different wisdoms in handling various relationships and situations in reality. By combining the wisdom of the East and the West, one can excel in strategic planning and surpass others. Since the creation of heaven and earth by Pangdu, the sky has been adorned with the sun, moon, and stars, while the earth has been graced with mountains, rivers, plants, birds, beasts, insects, and fish, yet it lacked human beings. Thus, this world inevitably felt somewhat desolate and lonely. At this time, a powerful and extraordinary goddess named Nüwa appeared. One day, Goddess Nüwa strolled through the wilderness, observing the undulating mountains, flowing rivers, dense forests, birds soaring in the sky, beasts running on the land, and fish playing in the water. It seemed that the world was already quite beautiful. However, she still felt an indescribable loneliness, which grew stronger and stronger. She couldn't even understand why. She believed that something should be added to this world to make it lively and vibrant. But what should be added? Feeling a bit tired, she squatted beside a pond. The clear water reflected her face and figure. She smiled, and the reflection in the water smiled back. When she pretended to be angry, the reflection in the water also appeared angry. Suddenly, an idea struck her. Although various creatures exist in this world, there is no one like myself. Why not create a being similar to me and add it to this world? Thus, she casually dug up a clump of yellow clay from the ground, mixed it with water, and kneaded it in her hands until it formed a small creature, resembling Nüwa herself, with facial features and limbs. After placing it on the ground, the clay creation came to life. Nüwa put the small creature on the ground. As soon as the clay-made little one touched the ground, it came alive and shouted, "Mother!" Then it began to jump and cheer with joy, expressing its happiness at being alive. Seeing the clever and beautiful creature she had created with her own hands and hearing the cry of "Mother," Nüwa couldn't help but feel overjoyed and smiled warmly. She gave her beloved child a name: Human. Though small in size, humans were created in the image of the divine, with appearances and behaviors distinct from birds and beasts. They were naturally imbued with the spirit to govern and manage all things. Nüwa was very satisfied with her creation. She continued to work tirelessly, kneading more lovely little humans from clay. These little humans surrounded her, jumping and cheering, bringing her happiness and comfort. From then on, she no longer felt lonely or desolate. She continued her tireless work, working until nightfall when the stars and moon appeared. She rested her head against a cliff for a brief sleep and got up early the next day to continue her work. Nüwa was determined to populate the vast land with these agile little beings. However, the earth was simply too vast, and she worked for a long time without achieving her wish. She herself was exhausted. Finally, she came up with a faster way to create humans. She pulled down a withered vine from the cliff, dipped it into a muddy pool, stirred it into a yellow slurry, and then swung it toward the ground. Wherever the mud droplets fell, many small humans appeared, jumping and calling out, "Mother, Mother!" their voices resonating all around. This method indeed proved swift and straightforward. With a wave of the vine, the earth was soon filled with human traces. Although human beings now populated the earth, Nüwa's work was not finished. She pondered how to ensure their continuation. People had to die eventually. Should she create a new batch of humans after each passing? How could she ensure their existence would continue? Eventually, she devised a solution. She divided these little humans into male and female forms. When men and women came together, they could create offspring on their own. In this way, humanity would propagate from generation to generation, increasing day by day. Later, people would tell legends about the differences in wealth and status among humans, attributing it to the fact that some were directly molded by Nüwa herself, while others were made from mud. Hence, those molded by Nüwa were said to be wealthy and in good health, while those formed from mud were believed to be poor or physically impaired. However, it's important to note that this was merely speculation and rumors in later generations and not recorded in ancient texts. Every ancient and historically rich nation in the world has its own myth and legend about the origin of humanity. The myth of Nüwa creates humans is one of China's explanations for the origin of mankind. This legend is likely a product of the influence of the maternal society at that time, inventing an image of a diligent, intelligent, and great creator. In the early history of humankind, there existed a period of maternal clan society. Polygamy was practiced, with no concept of fathers or husbands. Children only recognized their mothers, and the maternal bloodline was the primary bond. Women held significant positions in production and life. Aside from being the progenitor of the Chinese nation, Nüwa is also a heroic figure who repaired the heavens. According to the legend, in ancient times, the fire god Zhurong and the water god Gong Gong engaged in a massive battle of fire and water. In the end, Zhurong defeated Gong Gong, but in his anger, Gong Gong struck the pillars supporting the sky and earth, causing Mount Buzhou to collapse. This resulted in a crack in the sky, and torrential waters poured down while molten lava erupted on the ground, bringing unparalleled disaster to humanity. Nüwa couldn't bear to see humanity perish like this, so she started searching for colorful stones and built a massive bonfire. Over 81 days, she smelted the colorful stones into celestial stones to repair the crack in the sky. Nüwa tirelessly traveled back and forth between heaven and earth, repairing the fissure. As the crack became smaller and smaller, when Nüwa used the last celestial stone, there was still a tiny gap left in the sky. Seeing the continuous loss of human lives, Nüwa's heart ached. Without hesitation, she rushed towards the sky with no more stones left and filled the last crack with her own body. Compared to the rational accounts of God's creation in some myths, the legend of Nüwa creating humans emphasizes the spirit of diligent dedication and is more heartwarming. The common point is that they both coincidentally point out that humans originated from clay. Is this an astonishing coincidence, or the truth of the matter? Modern scientific research has discovered that the 90 elements found in the human body can all be found in the Earth's crust. It seems to provide some scientific evidence for the birth and origin of humans from the divine. Who am I? Where do I come from? Where am I going? This question was originally proposed by one of the three sages of ancient Greece, Plato. In fact, this is the ultimate three questions for us humans. The way this question is presented goes far beyond its own meaning. It emphasizes a mode of thinking called the retrospective thinking mode or introspection. In Western philosophy, it is considered a moment of enlightenment, but in Eastern civilization, it is considered the origin and essence. Living in this world, it is a continuous process of self-reflection and self-discovery. As one gradually finds answers to these three questions, their worldview and values will be established and will influence their concepts and actions throughout life. Darwin believed that humans evolved from monkeys through natural selection, survival of the fittest. Those who are better adapted survive, while those who are not are eliminated. People who believe in this theory naturally identify with the survival of the fittest, law of the jungle, willing to do whatever it takes to gain an advantage, and may engage in savage and aggressive plundering. They believe that humans are the masters of nature, gradually becoming arrogant and losing reverence. Although this hypothesis about the origin of humanity has greatly promoted human civilization, it has also led to conflicts and wars, and gradually led humanity toward destruction. According to Darwin's reasoning, the birth of humans is random, purposeless, and meaningless. You can only seek meaning within your own limited lifespan. Regardless of which hypothesis is more convincing, do you lean towards believing that humans were created by a higher power or that they evolved through natural randomness? Feel free to share your views in the comments section. Don't miss out on this potentially life-changing opportunity. If you want to gain more insightful wisdom, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe to our channel, and help us keep producing high-quality content. And don't forget to click the bell icon below the video, so you'll be the first to receive our latest updates, and never miss a chance to enhance yourself.